Friends, buddies, pals, how you doing? Welcome back to another video. So this week I finally got around to doing a Friday filler. I've been a bit slack. Actually no, I've just been working and busy the last couple of weeks, so I just haven't had time to do this. What I want to talk to you about this week is, it's pretty short this one, but I just want to go over a couple of things because for some reason I seem to have had a heap of people asking about the same thing randomly over the last 2 weeks. So I just want to clarify and go over the reasons behind why when I'm nymphing I build my own leader against using tapered leaders. Seems like some people having trouble getting their head around like why. As soon as things click into place about why you do that, it all becomes super clear. So these tapered leaders here, they're awesome. When you're fishing a dry fly, when you're fishing a dry dropper, like nice light flies, zero to no weight, that kind of stuff. This really helps turn the flies over. So it helps that transfer of energy from your fly line through to your flies, get that nice turnover. Just everything's a lot easier and a lot nicer with a tapered leader, which is great, it's awesome. But if what you're trying to do is fish that deeper water where you need your flies to sink quickly down into the zone, that's when it's better to build your own leader, and I'll tell you why. So you'll all know if you've used a tapered leader that, as it says in the name, it tapers from thick line by the loop, and then as that leader gets longer and longer, it slowly tapers down to thinner, smaller. So at your fly end it's 3x or 4x or 5x or whatever it is, which is great, and that's why it's so nice to cast, because it's a nice gradual transfer of energy from the thick line down to your flies. Pop the cast out there, rolls out beautifully. It's a joy. So what that does when you're nymphing though is that actually slows the sink rate of your flies down, and the reason for that is that thick stuff in like that first 2/3 of the leader. And it's that thick diameter line that just slowly sinks, and when you want your flies to be sinking quick, that actually works against you. So the reason that I will then build my own straight through, for example, 3x leader, and I'll show you how I do that here, or how I build my own nymph rig. So the reason I do that is because you have that nice thin diameter line right from the fly line right the way through to the flies. What happens in effect is as those flies hit the water, there's less resistance from the diameter of the line and it sinks quicker, and that's just super important when you're trying to get flies down to a fish. So it's a bit shittier to cast, but you kind of get used to that and you work your way around it, so your flies get into the zone quicker and they spend more time there, and you should, as a result, catch more fish. Now, if you're fishing like small water where if you are nymphing, it's light nymphing, maybe a single nymph, or if you do use two nymphs, they're two light nymphs, you can still use this and get away with it. What I'm talking about is that deeper water, that faster water, those pools, those runs where you need to get your flies down, maybe you need a bit of weight, a bit of split shot, that kind of water. Building your own leader is a huge advantage. Don't be lazy. If you're going to be nymphing that kind of water, just change your rig over. It's worth it every time. When it comes to that kind of fishing and you're fishing that kind of rig, it's super important that you have enough weight and you have the right depth, and all those things come together to get your flies where they need to be. So I'll leave another link up here to a video that I did about like how you judge weight and depth, when to put it on and how to use it and how to judge it and that kind of stuff. So click on that and I'll kind of go into that in a bit more detail. I guess to sum it up, what you're trying to do is you're just trying to make as little resistance as possible for your flies so they can sink real quickly in the water. So what you want is that thinner diameter line all the way through your rig, so there's less resistance, it gets hung up less, flies sink quicker, hopefully catch more fish. I think that makes sense. I might have rambled a bit, I don't know, I get a bit carried away. Let me know if that makes sense to you. If not, then maybe I need to do a better job in another video. But yeah, give me a thumbs up if you like it, found it interesting, drop me a comment in the comment section below, tell me if that makes sense. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the button. Boom. I'll catch you next week. Have a great weekend. Peace.